Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this happens to arrive in your reality of now. I had fun last night. I went to a painting class. A friend of mine had a birthday recently, and that's how I wanted to celebrate with her. Going to painting classes, most of the artwork that's still in boxes that I'll be putting throughout the house are paint classes that my family and I had done together at this point or that point. The landscape I was doing last night was this river and sunset with snow all over it. And it's not one of my best paintings by far. And I was having a hard time putting the snow. It all just was gray and icky, and I didn't like it. And the more snow I added, the less I liked the painting. And that was making me laugh. I had an incredibly enjoyable time. So the goal was met. It made me laugh how resistant I am to the snow. I don't like the cold, and I don't like the gray of it. And I am glad to be away from the snow. And it's cold. And it makes me laugh because I had spent years living in Alaska, and while I never got into snow sports, and it made my gardening difficult. I didn't realize how much I didn't like the cold until having opportunity to get away from the cold. And why I find that so surprising is I never considered moving. My late husband was born in Alaska and didn't have any openness to moving out, so I never considered a reality separate from Alaska. And where I'm at in the now, last summer I went and I listened to country music on the beach, different concerts, and you could watch them sing their songs, listen to music as the sun was setting. And for me, I was like, this is amazing. The food is delicious. The atmosphere is wonderful. And you could just be dressed comfortable, barefoot, with a lawn chair. And the prices are reasonable. So it was something I didn't know to ask for. And the universe helped me achieve it. The things that it's been important to me not to complain. I'll ask something once, maybe twice. I won't ask a third time. I'll figure out another way and just figure it out myself. I don't like to nag, and I don't like to have to remind others of things. That's just a personality quirk of myself. But because I have this personality trait, I didn't even let myself know how much I didn't like the cold. Although it is really snuggly sitting by a fireplace while you're watching the snow fall down. So I would have been okay living in a place that was more seasonal, where there was actually a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter, not a mostly winter with explosive summer. This time last year, I was looking at purchasing a home, and it was a remote area on 22 acres. It had 3 buildings, and the address, I liked the numbers in the address. I didn't know anyone in the area, but that wasn't really a big deal because I don't really know very many people in the South. So this place would work, so I assumed, for my long-term and short-term plans. I always pictured myself living on a farm. The inspector, when he looked at the house, 2 of the buildings out of 3 buildings had major structural issues. And I'm more of a duct tape bailings kind of girl. I'm not at a point where I could reframe the walls and redo foundations. So that was over my head and my ability to fix. I backed out of that deal. Good structure and roots, a solid base, is incredibly important to me. Backing out of that deal, a friend of mine, a heart sister, came and helped distract me from the disappointment of that farm life house dream not coming through, and brought me to a place nearer where she's at. And there's this community there that they grow their food and commune together in ways that align with some of my belief patterns. And that happens to be 6 hours away from where I live now. So I could see how I could get a home pretty much anywhere and then create a reality where I could shift some of my time, energy, and effort this direction. Her bringing me there opened up my mindscape to other possibilities and ideas that I didn't know to think or dream towards. Because that deal fell through, I got this space. This space is incredibly close to where my oldest daughter works. This time last year, I didn't know that I'd have a grandchild, and that I'd very much want to be able to snuggle and cuddle and be nearby just in case. I love the way my life unfolded and the fruit that it's bearing. There is solid structural foundation, and that feels good, building upon lasting legacy kind of energy. So in honor of those random molings, we're going to do light language for structural root energy. It's beautiful to be able to grow, expand, and see fruits bear. I don't have an active garden to be proud of. I've got seeds in packs and not enough dirt and water that's not going the correct directions. I'm still in a chaos still, but I'm starting to enjoy bringing order to it. And I appreciate how, well, I didn't allow myself to fall into a pattern of complaining. My higher self in the universe knew of my needs and answered them. The person that I got to go to the painting class with, she is kind, caring, compassionate, enjoys a lot of the things that I enjoy. And when I speak, she listens and remembers. And that is precious to me. I've come across enough people that never looked below the surface, and I didn't feel seen, heard, listened to, valued. And that had me not wishing to engage in superficial anythings. Plus, one of the cause and effects of the car incident, the Subaru Kiss, was my ability to surface talk and just talk of weather, gone. And I have no desire to return that. I like depth and meaning and structural foundation. I like things that grow, expand, And add 2, I'm good at pouring into cups. And I'm learning it's important to pour into cups that pour back. As we were driving to our painting class, we were talking about our day and what we did and this is and that's. And I had mentioned something, and she remembered not only who this casual conversation was about, but when, why. It was like she recalled everything I had said last time a year and a half ago. And I was like so touched. The depth of her. And I'd asked the universe, I was like, I want to be around people that love like I do, that have genuine care and want to see good things happen. Celebrate, encourage, uplift, support, that kind of energy. That feels wonderful. So, rooting energy. Well, hello, integrity. Let's pull a card. I'll move back, see if you can see the cards a little bit better. Rooting energy. Oh, 2 fell. Whoa, 3 fell. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's interesting. So, miracle, solar plexus. Our solar plexus, that yellow energy, it's what we do, why we do, and who we create ourselves in the making of while we're doing it. I'm going to read it for a moment. The energy of the solar plexus, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as knowing who we are and what our contribution to the whole is. Next to that is miracle, number 333. I'll be focusing on 333. With that came universal love, 44. Fours to me have a lot to do with the 4th stage of water. I'll make flippant jokes about mermaid energy, although not overly flippant to me. In World War II, there was a beautiful mind, a Russian scientist, who found that the energy sent to water crystallizes it in certain shapes. And finding this beautiful knowledge ended his career and ostracized him from all of those in his field. Sometimes you stumble on truth that the world isn't ready to hear, and you are given back unkindness. It would have been wonderful for what he found to have been honored, but our society was more concerned with war and killing each other than it was with understanding levels of water. The 4th stage of water, when you grab your tea, when you grab a drink of water, put good thoughts into it. 1, it makes it more palatable to yourself, and it heals your vessel as you drink. Sounds, frequencies, all of that is a part of your environment, an actual very real. The music that you listen to, if it is speaking of unkind things and idealizing, worshiping a negative state, hurt, bitter, angry, petty, jealous, kind of the broken heart that will always be broken kind of energy, or the I'll show you kind of energy, or angry music, that is what's going to grow on a cellular level throughout your body. So, be kind to yourself. Give good thoughts, good emotions, good intentions to the things that you ingest, the things that you drink. One of my favorite things to do is I love baths. The mermaid in me is strong. And the place that I moved, mermaids are everywhere. They've got statues of it. They've got it painted on the walls. They've got jewelry of it. And it's fun asking people, why mermaids? Why mermaids? And most people don't have answers. It's just everywhere. There was some research about a government official. His wife liked mermaids, and so he started um, gifting her mermaids, and that created a township of mermaids that they're everywhere. I don't know how much of that is actual truth and how much of it is handed down fun. But in reality of now, mermaid statues, it's fun to play Pokemon Go here because the mermaids are literally everywhere. To me, it does represent most of our body is water. And how you speak to yourself has a lot to do with the shape that your cells take. You are an incredible force. And understanding that and harmonizing with that creates a better reality of life for you. So, we'll do light language, rooting energy. Bottom of the deck is still integrity. Top of the deck, originality, which is 31, breaks down to a 4. Okay. I'll be focusing on 4, 4, 4, and 3, 3, 3. Threes, this might sound odd, but when I focus on threes, it is like a neon rainbow in the chakra system. This is just for me. Have you come across people that are wise and they hold knowledge and they have walked through the trials and tribulations that you are going through in your now, and being with them helps you transmute that energy? That is the basis of the threes for me. It cleanses in the ways that I can help here, in the ways that you can help. Thank you. That. It has, to me, a lot to do with embedded belief in Christ consciousness. God's internal. And that makes you potent, powerful, and an incredible gift to yourself and everybody around you. Who you are is a gift. So, that's what I think of when I come across originality. And now I'm going to read their card. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. As I was dialing and tapping into stronger ways of communing with universal energy, I would write down numbers, colors, names, animals, something generalized, and then I would watch the world respond. Part of that was teaching me how thoughts are things. That's why it matters the music you listen to, the toning and tuning into the liquids, both in your body and that you ingest. Being mindful of how your thoughts are and how you treat others. That kindness is magical. And it's free and easy. It's not hard to be kind. If being kind is difficult, then you're defensive and you've got walls that are blocking you. Feeling where that is, the conversation I was having with my friend and the deep appreciation I had and have for her, I knew that was so soothing because that was energies I didn't have when I wished and needed in the past. Having externally. Internally, my ancestors are very much always with me. Never alone. And I love that. I love being watched over, cared for. I love being a child of the universe and knowing it consciously, somatically, and always reinforced. Not everybody gets to feel that or is aware that that's even something they have the ability to reach out and touch. So 444-333 will be the numbers I'll be focusing on. Fours is like that golden fourth stage of water for me. Threes is a Christ consciousness embodied into the DNA. Put your feet on the floor. Give Gaia permission and gratitude for healing and cleansing your body. Mother Earth is bigger than all of us. And she has been there and is there. Giving her gratitude, and especially when you feel it in your body, that honors what she brings to you. That permission is because you are respected by her. And that connection to awareness will help you tune in better. Your higher self, bringing that into your vessel, and I know I've explained this in past videos, but I'll harmonize and harp on it for a bit until I learn how to say it clear and faster. But also, because it's ancient wisdom that is been too long forgotten, the value of who you are and the importance of who you are. Not because your husbands, your wives, your kids, your coworkers, your center of self that you've created yourself to, your degree says you are, but an embodiment of, yes, you are. That somatic connection, you'll never feel alone. That's a good feeling, to know that you're always supported. The connection to that makes peace, contentment, satisfaction easy. I am quite content in my little nest. I find enjoyment over simple things that thoroughly delight me. Conversations with friends on the way to art classes. Eggs from my chickens. The smell of flowers. The taste of tea. I've got a cinnamon tea brewing right now that when this video is over, I'm going to go to. All of these, they seem tiny and little, but they create a quality of life that have been God sent for me. And something everybody has at their fingertips. So, rooting energies. Rooting, the fours really help with that. The energies of four. Gardeners have fours around them often. So, feet on the floor, permission and gratitude to Pachamama, Earth, Mother Nature. Awareness and connection to your highest self to move into the vessel. Deep breath in. Slow release out. Kuyandaria sashasuya tariata de kupayataria satakaria shasatu shamaniataria te kupayataria sashasutaya namoyataria satukumia sashasataria kuriataria moyataya. Nia susha sumaniataria sukuriataria maniataya sashasataria tushamaniataya. Nia tu supayataria sashasukomanaya sashasataria tutipariataria sanayataya. And release. Through the light language sequence, I was feeling a sharp pinprick on my left ovary area. Couldn't quite tell if it was kidney or ovary, but sharp left region. I'm going to pull a card for that. It was brief and fast. I'm going to ask about that. 3333 4 times. those that are working through kidney stones and creative blocks, this light language will help. Okay, and now a card in reference to the light language. Oops, facing it this way. In reference to the light language. Transformation. We'll put that right next to 31, 4, 4, 4, 42. Breaks down to a 6, but what I'm actually seeing is 3, 3, 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 4. Do something kind for yourself. Sometimes the things could be kind towards others, and that is for yourself. When you feel a sense of internal pride for helping another, doing something kind for someone else is for you. Running a bath and lighting candles, that's something kind I do for myself. If you are fogged, depleted, and meh, kindness towards yourself. Who you are, no one else is. You don't have an obligation to others. You have an obligation to yourself to honor your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, your senses. And the stronger and more fulfilled that you are, the more support and structure you have for those around you. Rooting takes root when it can grow. The strength of that comes from you. Take care. Be well.